Now this year's story don't get off to no happy start. Now I'm warning you. No, sir. It was right around the time the judge gets in his head to run for governor.
I see a shining ocean of cyclone fences and guard towers and razor wire. Oh, I'll get elected. I have a dream. We're gonna turn Okeechobee County into one giant money machine. Import convicts from all over. Revitalize our local economy and do what we do best in this great state. Incarcerate the wicked and electrocute the damned. My belief is it's hard time makes the boy the man. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, either you come out of jail therapy with a brand new attitude or we send you right back in. Ain't that right, Warden?
Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now here's something I don't understand at all. Gather around here, look at this. Now what sense does it make giving these bad boys exercise equipment? Instead of shooting you or stabbing you to death, they leave here able to kill you with their bare hands. I, for one, am sick and tired of the mollycoddling of the criminal offender. Cigarettes, TV, pornography. The right to look at naked women all day long should be reserved as a reward in life, not as part of the punishment. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we are not talking luxury condos here. We are in a penal institution. Warden, open this up. Oh, well, will you look at that? Let's see here. A bulba filum vaginatum. Nice. Oh, an antelope dendrobium. Look at the gorgeous color on that labia. My God, I haven't seen a V10 Cheyenne since the 1992 OCA show in Singapore.
You know orchids?
Well, orchids are my passion, son. Second only to women. How about you?
My religion demands I live under a vow of celibacy.
Well, that's a damn shame. What you in for, son?
They say I stuck up a First National Savings of Tallahassee. Twice.
I thought I'd seen it all. Chinese, maybe. Japanese, for sure. But a black bank robber with a green thumb? Well, one is never sees.
Which is how one Mr. Sylvain Soleil came to be the judge's gardener in a work release program. And how I, a ghost of a slave girl 100 years in her grave, lost my heart for the very first time. Ain't he just the most beautiful boy you ever did saw? And how Miss Leanne, the judge's wife, found herself in a pile of trouble. Oh my. Now this here's the big city, Miami, FLA, home of one Miss Kathy Baker. Remember her? Cute girl with the nappy hair and two-timing husband? Well, this is her story too, so listen up.
Ever been busted on a drug charge?
No.
DUI? Nope. Tax evasion, fraud? Is Kathy Baker an alias?
No, no, and no.
Do you pay your maid Social Security?
I am the maid.
Good. I'll make the announcement tomorrow morning at the staff meeting. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You were first on everybody's list.
Major crimes lawyer, huh?
I don't recall anybody getting there faster. How does it feel?
Well, I'll tell you, no more juveniles or misdemeanors. This is like the first piece of good news I've had in months.
You deserve it, Kath.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Big.
Why are you still in your underclothes?
I got fever, Big.
What, sore throat? Flu?
No. Ain't that kind of fever, Big.
I told Sylvain I'd meet him in the greenhouse. We got mealy bugs on the sympodials.
Big, don't you find me attractive anymore? It's because of Wanda.
It's because whenever we get between the sheets, I never know when you're gonna open your mouth and start sounding like a little Negro girl again.
Oh, now be fair, Big. That only happened once.
Yeah, well, once was enough.
Sometimes she just sneaks in on my energy level is all.
I mean, how would you feel if all of a sudden, right in the middle of your big moment, I started honking like a goose or something?
It won't happen again. Wanda just sometimes get her signals crossed is all.
That's what worries me. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go mass murder me some mealy bugs.
Just don't make no sense. How a man who loves flowers so much can be so cranky.
Leanne, you seen my deck shoes anywhere? Here they are.
You know what it is? Why you can't accept her? You are scared to death of dying, and you're gonna have a terrible time before you go if you don't open up your heart. Wanda says that you need to get rid of all that psychic dirt crusted up on your body. Clean yourself up.
Did you ever take a good look in the kitchen? See all the dirty dishes piling up in the sink?
You're lonely, aren't you, Wanda?
Dad? What are you doing?
Nobody treats my little girl like that. Nobody.
Who told you?
Jay told me that no-account husband of yours and that hussy he's hanging out with won't even let you back in your own house. I'll teach him to mess with this family.
Dad, she's not a hussy. She's a dental hygienist, and it's his name on the lease.
Yeah, who's been paying the rent all these years while he's been going to school to learn how to be a doctor?
Well, you don't have to tell me.
You know what the big problem is, don't you? He's found out that you're smarter than him. That's what it is.
No, Dad, the big problem is he's been cheating on me for over a year, and I never even saw it coming.
You know, after 37 years with Miami's Finest, if there is one thing I know how to do, that is handle a domestic dispute.
Dad, I'm not going to let you do this. Jay, hey, it's me. How fast can you get over here? Hurry up. He changed the lock.
Dad, you in there?
Ah! Shut up or I'll shoot you!
Oh, Dad, put her down.
Wasn't easy, but I bagged her, by
Dad, wait
golly!
a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her down right out there in the gutter.
Dad, this is Mrs. Ramona. She's my next-door neighbor.
Oh,
That's good.
Well, she didn't look much like a home wrecker to me anyway.
Are you crazy? It's crazy. No, Gloria, this is actually my father.
Sergeant Theodore Baker at your service, ma'am. My humble apologies. I'm a trained weapon with a hair trigger.
What's the problem, officer?
Who are you?
I live here.
Aha!
Easy, Dad. I can handle this myself. So your conscience is completely clear?
Huh?
Doesn't bother you at all that you're driving around in my truck?
Your truck.
Well, considering I'm the one making the payments, yeah.
Oh, my God, your...
Faithful wife. Why'd you start by giving me my keys back?
I'm sorry, honey, but I'm afraid I couldn't do that. Kevin said it was mine now. He promised.
Oh, he did?
Listen, I know how you feel. I've been there myself, more than once. But you're gonna have to learn to face facts. You're on your way out, and I'm on my way in.
I'd like you to deliver a message.
A message? For who?
Kevin.
Huh?
Tell him that!
Well done.
What are you doing here?
Don't worry, Sylvain. I'm only here as a messenger.
A messenger? Of what?
Young love.
Please, I don't want any trouble. I'm a man of God.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Now just hold still.
What is that?
It's a window crystal. It allows me to look into your inner self and observe the real you instead of the one you pretending to be. You see, Wanda Grace has never even been kissed before. Now, I want to make sure that her first experience is with the right type of boy.
Wanda? Who is Wanda?
Okay, hush up now. I'm using my third eye. Make no sudden moves. Oh.
What is it?
My, Sylvain, you are not just another pretty face, are you? You've had hardship, and it's grown your soul. Why, you've been falsely accused. You didn't rob either of them banks, did you?
Madam, how did you know that?
Tell me, do you think that a person can be a conduit for another being from another time? What if I told you that I'm able to channel my discarnate entity? What would you say? Wanda Grace, that's her name. It's a pretty name, isn't it? But what I'm gonna do is focus my energy until she manifests herself by vibrating, until she takes control of my body. At which point you two can get to know each other a little better. Oh, here, honey, let me help you.
Please, madam, I don't think this is such a good idea.
Oh, don't be scared, Sylvain.
Mrs. Gibbs.
I'm a licensed psychic practitioner.
Stand aside, Leanne. I said move aside.
But Big,
Now!
I feel your emotions, honey. I feel your higher purpose, but you are not in touch with your higher self.
Damn straight. I'm gonna fill that sumbitch with holes. Don't! Just run, Sylvain! Run! Hi, baby.
Daddy, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
By God, you're right. Straight up and down. Your mama was supposed to call tonight.
Oh, where is she exactly?
Wales. I believe that's in Scotland. Supposed to go visit where some dead poet used to live. Now, ain't that exciting?
I'm sure she's fine. I can't believe you're scrubbing the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Scrubbing the floor.
6 years I was with Kevin, and I'll tell you what, he never even once bought the groceries or did the laundry.
Yeah, well, that's because he was born with a silver spoon up his posterior. I don't know how he ever expects to become a surgeon without ever getting his hands dirty.
Dad, I tell you, you know the reasons I came up with? Why I married him in the first place? Because he was handsome, and he had nice manners, and he came from a good family. What the hell was I thinking? Or not thinking, apparently.
Don't be so hard on yourself, honey. You were only 21 years old.
Yeah, but Dad, what does it say? I literally never suspected a thing.
Yeah, well, that's loyalty. And there ain't a damn thing wrong with loyalty.
What would you do, Daddy, if you were me?
If I was you? Well, I'll tell you, if I was you, I would get on down here and help me scrub this deck. That's what I'd do.
Hey.
Come on, jump down here. After we finish this, by God, we'll jump into phase 2. It's called paste wax. Right up there in the kitchen cabinet. By daybreak, we'll have this thing shining like spick and span. All right, boys. Go get her. Go get her.
You want to tell me what happened here, Judge?
What's it look like? We got ourselves an escaped convict. Thanks I get for all the kindness I showed that boy.
You didn't hear anything?
Not a sound.
And you remember locking him up?
Same as I do every night, just like you showed me.
Were you aware that he had the keys to his cuffs?
He did?
They're still in the lock. Either that or somebody set him loose. I also noticed a door broken in, a fresh shotgun blast in the ceiling. You sure you didn't hear anything?
I sleep like a rock.
Well, what about Leanne?
No, she didn't either.
Well, I'd like to speak to her.
Now, damn it, I just told you she didn't hear a thing. Now, we're done here. I'm going back to bed. I got a full docket tomorrow.
Judge, these yours?
No.
I was just wondering
What?
why a man planning to escape into the glades doesn't take the time to put his boots on.
Good night, Sheriff.
Boy, oh boy, it's sure starting to reek. Yeah, nice and ripe, just the way we like them. I hate that we had to kill him, Dirk. Don't let it bother you, Bogart. Never felt a thing.
Hereby served, Ms. Baker. Aggravated assault and felonious attack on my client's assets.
Assets? What assets?
You have any idea how long it took me to save for this operation? 2 years. Now look at it.
Oh, isn't that a shame?
15 grand to fix it, Ms. Baker. We could settle this right now if you want.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This was Kevin's idea, right? The lawsuit?
So what? You're still gonna have to pay for it.
Okay, here's something that you should know. Guys never marry the dumb blondes that they leave their wives for.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you just get back to me on that, will you? Excuse me. Excuse me.
Your Honor?
Hello, Finch. Never occurred to me that's a bird's name, Finch. A layer of eggs.
You forget, Judge, I'm driving you to Manalapan. You've got luncheon with the ladies' auxiliary.
Convey to them my humblest regrets. Tell them I caught my wife in flagrant Delmonico with the gardener and to please reschedule at their earliest convenience.
You walked in on them?
In the act. I'm afraid she doesn't love me anymore, Finch.
Well, I sure am sorry, Your Honor.
Oh, Leanne. Whatever happened to my sweet little mermaid who could wiggle her tail and smile underwater?
The gardener? You mean that boy you had on work release?
She couldn't keep her hands off him. The young flesh.
Where is he now?
I ran him off. Sheriff put together a posse.
Judge, this might not be the right time to mention a silver lining, but I think your wife just got you elected governor.
Do you think it's deep enough yet, Dirk?
Yep. Bogart, where's the ladder?
Cap, this memo from the county clerk's office. Is it true a civil suit was filed against you yesterday?
Yes, but it is absolutely nothing. It is a nuisance. I promise I'm gonna have it thrown out before it gets in front of a jury.
But you did take a swing at this Deborah Lefkowitz.
Maria Elena, the woman, is sleeping with my husband.
It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, Kath, but I have to go with Jimmy instead.
Jimmy Vennerbeck? What, are you kidding me?
I have to look at the totality of circumstances, and he does have seniority.
I am the better lawyer.
I know that. Nobody's arguing that.
You're up for re-election next month, aren't you?
If I promote you, I might as well paint a big bullseye on my back. Don't worry. It'll happen next year or the year after, for sure.
Great.
Last night at 3:36 a.m., the judge arrived home to find his wife the victim of a sex crime. Risking his own life, he battled the intruder, chased him into the jungle, and thus saved Mrs. Gibbs from actual defilement. Now, the judge wants to ask for your help in his capture, but also to plead for calm in the community. It is irrelevant, he feels, repeat, irrelevant, that the offender was Haitian American or that he might even be an illegal alien. The judge will now make a statement, but he will answer no questions.
In the past, many of my friends in the media have accused me of having a low opinion of women and children. I'm here to tell you that is a bald-faced lie. I love babies, and I love ladies. And I say, let us join together, let us all make a solemn vow to protect our wives and our sons and daughters from the scourge of the sexual predator. Now, there are some who believe in chemical castration, which is a fine thing as far as it goes. Only problem is, it's temporary. And once the injection wears off, then, boop. No, sir. I'm talking about a more permanent solution. Now, this here is what's called a Burdizo emasculator. As many of you remember, my daddy was a simple man. Ran a sheep farm in West Virginia. And I say, what's good enough for the shearling ram is good enough for the pervert.
I got him! He went that way! Hurry up! Over there! Come on!
My Lord, Wanda, what have we done?
First she steals my husband, and now my job.
Probably should have kept my big mouth shut, minding my own business.
No, you did absolutely the right thing by telling me. I would rather know than not know. This promotion was supposed to be a sign that my life was turning around.
What I'm saying is, don't take it personal. There ain't nothing you can do. Poor thing won't stop crying except when she's eating or sleeping, which is why we always wear earplugs. Otherwise, we'd go plumb out our minds. Ain't that right, Dickie?
Whoever you are, please don't hurt little Angel. She ain't ours. We're watching her for my sister Mavis, who's up to Union Correctional with her husband on a conjugal visit. But we do love her
dearly. Know those people.
As to the crying, the doctor said she has this condition called cattle lick, though the truth is she ain't never been near cattle her entire life, much less been slobbered on. I mean, what kind of folks does he think we are? What I'm saying is, don't take it personal. There ain't nothing you can do. We've tried it all, believe me. Help us.
Who is that?
Kathy? Leanne, what? Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I've come at a bad time. You're all muddy. Caked with sadness.
Okay, what are you doing here?
Well, I've done a terrible thing and don't know as I can ever forgive myself.
What'd you do?
I have hurt my Bob, wounded his male pride, and now because of me, another man might lose his testicles.
Yea, do I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff may comfort me. Thou maketh me lie down.
Seeing this, Bogart, is a miracle. What? She ain't crying.
So?
She always cries. Angel does.
Angel?
Well, that's her name.
How do you know?
Well, she's our baby cousin. Not me.
Yeah.
No, she's scared to death of us.
What's in the bag? It stinks.
Dead chickens.
For what?
Gator bait.
I was just trying to help Wanda Grace, who's this little slave girl.
Wait. Did you say she's a slave girl? Am I missing something?
It was when I died. See, an alligator swam into the tank where I was working as a mermaid, and I drowned. Only it wasn't time for me yet, so I had to come back.
All right, but you met her where exactly?
On the other side.
On the other side. Wanda Grace is a ghost?
Well, I like to think of her as my spirit guide.
I see.
You see, she was killed by an alligator, too. Playing with her little dog in the swamp. It happened the same month, the same day, same hour as my experience, except Wanda Grace passed over in the year 1855. And you're having a little difficulty accepting this, aren't you?
That's a little bit of an understatement, yeah.
That's all right. So did I in the beginning.
You know what? I like you a whole lot, but even you gotta realize how this sounds.
Like I need my head examined. Yes, I know. That's what Big keeps saying.
Well, the judge and I don't agree on everything, that's for sure. How far is it to Deepwater from here?
About 90 miles.
All right. Yeah, 90 miles to prove him wrong.
Now, what do you suppose them boys are up to?
Beats me.
Sylvain Soleil, Sheriff. I want assurances from you and your department that he will be accorded all of his rights under the Constitution and that no form of impromptu Southern justice will be exacted upon him.
Goes without saying.
You forget I've had experience with your department before.
No undue force will be employed. My officers will respond only in kind.
Good.
So I'm assuming you've met with Mr. Soleil?
No.
But you've spoken with him?
No. Actually, Mrs. Gibbs has put me on retainer in the likelihood that he will be apprehended soon.
Well, isn't that a little strange, considering Leanne here is supposed to be the victim in this case? Which is why I've been trying to get a hold of you all day.
Well, I've instructed Mrs. Gibbs not to say a word until such time as I can actually speak to Mr. Soleil. And I expect you, Sheriff, to contact me the minute he is in custody. Isn't she good?
Leanne. 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 How do you think it makes me look? You hiring Miss Baker to defend that boy.
He didn't do anything, Big.
Oh, I saw him doing plenty. And under my own roof.
That's just your imagination talking.
I never thought I'd see the day, Leanne. Haven't I given you everything you ever wanted?
Big, I tried to explain it. It was for Wanda Grace.
Wanda.
Well, it was. She is lonely as all. And she's been by herself for 135 years. Now, you imagine that.
I'm trying not to.
You see, in some ways, she's as wise as time, but then in others, she's just as pure and innocent as can be.
Well, isn't that nice? She has got to go, Leanne. It's either her or me. You choose.
But you need help, Big.
One of us does, that's for sure.
Besides, it's not even up to me, you know that. Wanda came here of her own free will. And only she can decide when to go or if her mission is over.
Mission? What do you think she's doing? Going to the moon?
Trying to save you, Big. From yourself.
2 weeks, Leanne. I'm giving you 2 weeks to pack your things and get out of my house. I can't take it anymore.
Will you tell the court what happened next, please?
Well, Dickie handed down the ladder and the boys climbed out.
And was there anybody else in the hole, Mrs. Crow?
Yes, there was.
Who?
Him.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified my client, Sylvain Soleil. Now, Mrs. Crow, did this man have the baby Angel with him?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the first thing he did upon realizing that you were Angel's aunt?
He gave her back to me.
Mm-hmm. What happened then?
Well, she started into screaming.
And was this because she was harmed or injured in any way?
Oh, no, ma'am. She just likes to cry is all.
Was Mr. Soleil at all helpful in this regard?
Yes, he was. Saved our lives. Seems Angel likes the Word of God, the Scriptures. Ezekiel's her favorite, that and Lamentations.
So you bear no ill will or anger towards the defendant?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, we asked him about employment.
Employment?
Yes, ma'am. The minute he's paroled for my sister-in-law as her nanny.
When was the last time that you had sex, Mr. Soleil?
It will be 2 years in December.
2 years?
Yes, madame. That part of my life is over. I made a promise to Jesus.
So you never think about it?
Oh, I think about it.
But you never thought about it with Mrs. Gibbs?
Oh, no, madame. It's never even crossed my mind.
Liar.
Excuse me, Your Honor,
Hush up, counselor. Exactly. What are you trying to tell this court, son?
Your Honor, please,
Are you saying that you don't find my wife attractive?
Judge Gibbs, I'm trying...
I won't warn you again, counselor. Now, answer the question. Do you or do you not find Mrs. Gibbs attractive? Now, don't defy me, son. Damn it. Now, Leanne, stand up, please. Go ahead, on your feet. Come on. On your feet. Thank you. Now turn around. All the way. Now that, my friend, is one fiery lady. Am I right? Am I right?
Mr. Soleil, I would like you to take a deep breath, and then I want you to go ahead and answer the judge's question. Are you attracted to his wife?
She's not really my type.
Mrs. Gibbs, will you describe for the court the first time that you met your husband?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustain.
It goes to state of mind, Your Honor.
I said sustain.
May I approach the bench? Your Honor, I've already shown that Mr. Soleil has no interest in your wife sexually. Now, if I can just prove that Mrs. Gibbs has none in him...
Enough, Miss Baker. There will be no testimony regarding my wife's alleged attraction to that young man. Do you hear me?
Judge Gibbs, Mr. Soleil only has 6 months left on his original sentence.
So what?
So if we convict him here of kidnapping and attempted rape, 2 crimes he clearly didn't commit, then he's looking at another 25 years minimum.
Keep arguing. I'll cite you for contempt.
Unless, of course, you'd like me to introduce a certain slave girl into evidence, because believe me, Judge, I will. But your wife in front of all of these news people, I would think about that. Do you really want to expose her to that kind of ridicule? Not to mention the damage it'll do to your political career.
Stand back. Objection is overruled. You may continue, counselor.
Mrs. Gibbs, would you describe for the court the first time that you met your husband?
Well, it was back when I was working as a mermaid at the Weeki Wachee Spring.
And how often would he come see you perform?
Oh, every day. On his lunch break for nearly a year.
Would you describe for the court what you would do once the show was over?
Well, Bob would buy me a Coca-Cola, and then he would take my hand, and we would just sit and talk. That's all. He was such a gentleman, and so good looking.
Did you fall in love with him?
Oh, my, yes. He was so mature. He smelled nice of aftershave. He was the wisest man I ever met.
What happened then?
Well, he got down on his knees, and he asked me to marry him. I'll dig you a swimming pool, Leanne, and you can be my mermaid forever. And that was the happiest moment of my life. I remember wondering what the wife of a judge is called, so I didn't know.
Mrs. Gibbs, have you always honored your wedding vows?
Yes, I have.
In sickness and in health? For richer or for poor?
Yes.
You have never been unfaithful?
No, I have not.
Not even the slightest indiscretion?
Never.
Mrs. Gibbs, do you love your husband?
Yes, I do. I love you, big. Do you still love me?
I love you, Leanne.
Then can you find it in your heart to forgive me?
Yes, I can, honey mother. And will you forgive me?
Yes, I will.
You know, if you're not careful, you're going to make yourself a reputation around here.
Yeah, and what exactly? A marriage counselor?
To be honest, I'm still not sure exactly what happened in the tool shed that night.
Oh, now some things you're just better off not knowing. Trust me on that. What do you want to show me?
Bring them in, boys.
What's going on? Wow. Wow, what is all that?
Cases pending before the court, those without legal representation.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
I've taken the liberty of arranging them in descending order of urgency.
Look, I know what you're trying to do.
Just glance through a few.
I am really,
They
really
might
flattered.
spark your
I can't.
interest. You know, without you, Gibbs will just crush these people under his heel.
I'm sorry. I mean, I really, really am, but there's absolutely nothing I can do. I got way too much going on right now, believe me. Sorry. I gotta get back.
Miss Baker? It's for you.
Oh. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Five files. That's all I ask.
Please tell me you haven't had any wine this evening.
No, I haven't.
Good, because it doesn't work if you've had any wine. Gee, I hope my body heat doesn't interfere, but I kind of got to get real close if I'm going to give you a good scraping.
You have to use the Epsom salts.
Well, what I do is after each psychic scraping, I brush the psychic dirt into the salt to be absorbed. Because salt has been used for cleansing since the beginning of time. Maybe longer, but they're not sure. But I have to be real careful that I don't get any of your energy on me.
You gonna clean all my parts? I know one's got rusty from not being used.
Well, you just be patient, Big. Because I'm getting to that.
Oh.
Dad, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I understand. We'll start looking for you a place tomorrow.
Actually, I mean out of Miami. It's over with Kevin, and my job is a dead end, and I don't know, but I think I have more of Mom in me than I thought. I want an adventure.
Just what do you have in mind?
Well, there's this position.
A position?
Yeah, actually, it's a job opportunity. It's over in Okeechobee County. It's a little town called Deep Water.
You gonna give up Miami for the swamps? Honey, there's creepy crawly things out there in the swamps. Now, if you want a real adventure, why don't you go to Paris, France? Maybe Italy.
I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but Dad, every single time I'm there, it's kind of hard to describe, but I feel useful. They need me. And who knows, I might even get to defend people who actually deserve it.
I swear.
What?
Women. You know, I've been married to your mama for 37 years, and I watched you be born into this world. And I don't understand either one of you any better than the first day that I laid eyes on you.
Dad, I'm not gonna leave if you think you might need me here.
I might be slowing down a little bit, darling, but I'm not wearing diapers yet. You just go on. Helen might be a good adventure to me. Travel up to Okeechobee to get my hair cut.
I love you, Dad.
We heard the sad news that they didn't water your garden. I'm so sorry. Maybe you could start a new one.
A male philodendron and a female Wanda.
That's right. Big, my husband said that they would breed well together, and he wanted you to have them.
Well, he does know his orchids.
Mr. Soleil, I have a favor to ask of you.
What is it?
That was just a small thing, really. If it doesn't go against your religious beliefs, of course. For Wanda?
You know, when I was out there on the run, it felt like someone was watching over me, guiding me.
Oh, she was. This will mean so much to her.
All right, then. Why not? So, what should I do?
You should close your eyes.
What was it like? Well, you remember yours, I'm sure. For me, it was like a mystery revealing itself, like a shade going up in a dark room, the light quickly flooding in. It was soft and warm, and it ached in my heart. I just wished to go on and on forever.